My name is Robert Christopher Wayne Weathers. I am currently in Carbondale, Illinois at a motel room. I just moved from Mississippi to Carbondale to escape violence, attacks. I'm being assaulted. I'm under attack by Scientology. So let me explain Scientology a little bit. Humans have a soul. It resides within the extra dimensions. There are 12 dimensions, not three. There are 12 dimensions in total. So we have biology in these extra dimensions, extra dimensional body parts, biology's attached to us. You can't see it while you're alive, but it is there. We utilize this extra dimensional first while we are alive, and then we utilize it to have an afterlife. So upon death, we fly into outer space, or we grab all of our particles and pull them into our soul, into a certain direction, into a new biology or a new set of particles. Uh, I'll explain in detail later, but yeah, we turn around. Right now, we're facing out of the third dimension, or out of the first dimension, if you will. We're looking out into the void. And upon death, we turn around. We face the other direction. We grab all of our biology and pull it into the negative side of the universe, into a negative, uh, into a biology made of dark matter or dark energy, negative particles. And we create an Anunnaki. The human genome produces a 12-dimensional humanoid designed to live in outer space. Uh, we have a very thick outer layer of skin that's for protection. We have a head covering that has two horns. We have short arms and big hands. Uh, our legs are kind of hard to see because of our connection to the nether. We have nether, or this black substance that actually feeds us, that covers our biology. We're always in it, and it's hard to see their legs, but we have tubes coming out of our feet. They hook into our digestion. They come right out of the middle of our feet in the 12th dimension, or the upper dimensions, and we expel waste through them. Therefore, well, waste or the defecation, we expel waste as far as I know, and we can fly. So we fly through outer space, and we gain sustenance from what they call the nether. It's this a black particle, a black gaseous. It's this gaseous substance. It's almost a liquid that we breathe in, and we gain sustenance from it. I don't know where it comes from, but it exists in outer space, and that is the natural food source, or one of the natural food sources that dead humans or Anunnakis use. So we have magical abilities in the afterlife. Our Anunnakis do. We can move particles around with our mind. We are telekinetic in our nervous system. It has something to do with space time. We can warp space time, or move space time, or move particles around. We are kinetic, magical creatures. But we can also control energy of all types, like we control electricity and uh, things of that nature. Our skin glows in the dark, our eyes glow, and we even breathe fire. So that, and we go into outer space and participate in creation. And the longer we're out there, the bigger we get. And under normal circumstances, our Anunnakis get pretty big. uh, Big enough to create suns, massive suns, and star systems, and solar systems, and planets, and then see those planets with elements, and because we can move particles around even in the third dimension from over there, we can move third dimensional particles around, third dimensional magic, and we create life on those planets using primordial soups or controlling magic and energy and elements and things of this nature. And then we can stay with that, or stay with that life and help it evolve. So we have the abilities to modify genetics and help create genetic expression and genetic traits within organisms. And that is another heavenly ability that we gain in the afterlife. And we help this life evolve up until humans, which is where Anunnakis come from. And we also have time travel. So modern humans are within the last 20,000 years, Anunnakis have been getting off of Earth, coming off of Earth, and going back in time and helping create uh, life on this planet. Or so is true for the Earth. I'm not sure about other star systems and other planets in the universe, but so is true for the Earth. So humans created the Earth and our solar system and ourselves, and that is where life on this planet comes from. Because in outer space, or the place, or the 12th dimension, time is simultaneous. Time is not actually a linear event. It is also simultaneous. So the past, the present, and the future happen at the same time. And the further that direction you go, the more apparent this part of our reality is. So we can time travel in the afterlife. And this is the history of mankind, how humans came to be. So Scientology, they have hacked the system. So people that are still alive, uh, they had their souls cut off. They had their Anunnakis cut off. And they cut it into one or more pieces. And they create biologies or alien forms out of these their souls, these biologies. And they're incomplete. So every 3 dimensions they get a layer. They cut their layers off. And they're incomplete, so they use organs and tissues from other humans and other species to make themselves whole and function properly again. They take organs and tissues from other humans and other species, such as reptiles, insects, and worms. They make various alien forms. There are multiple blue blood forms. There are green aliens, grays, whites, and they also make humanoids, so very human-looking organisms. And they walk around in outer space somewhere. They have spaceships, and they take parts of the Earth in the outer space where expansion is different, and they walk around up there uh, in places, and they're still on Earth, or they're still on Earth or something. But they call it they operate the Scientology companies on Earth called Preservision and Humans. They also make lizard people using lizard body parts. They make insectoids or bug people using bug body parts, and they make worm people using worm body parts. So all these people, most of them have a human. They have various alien forms. Some have blue bloods, uh, greens. Most of them have lizard people, so they have a lizard alien form. Then they have insectoids. Most of them have a bug person or an insectoid, and then most of them or some of them have a worm god, or they look like kind of like water bears. They have 2 arms and legs and a long tail, and they have gotten pretty big. So Scientology, uh, is it is affected by the same forces that normal cleaving is or normal uh, going or when you go to outer space, when your soul is removed from the third dimension and it goes in outer space, it expands at a greater rate than our third dimensions do, and it gets big compared to third dimensional humans. And these Scientologists have gotten big. They have somehow hacked the system or added some type of energy to it, or like they run energy into themselves, electricity. They stimulate their biologies because their homeostasis can no longer keep them up. They have lost function due to cutting themselves to pieces, cutting themselves or their souls off. They have left body parts behind in order to stay alive, and they are up there right now, and they are on Earth right now. So now I have to explain another phenomenon in our universe that these Scientologists have to face and they utilize. So there's this entanglement property between our dimensions. Our third dimension is entangled to our 12th dimension, our upper dimensions. If you remove extra dimensional biology, no matter where you take it in the universe, you are still in that biology. Like they can cut your soul off and you take it to a remote location, you are still in that biology, or you still have to experience it to some degree. And they use technology, computer systems, devices, sensors, and chips, and things of this nature. They had neurotech, and they to drive their souls or drive their alien forms around. So they use this entanglement property, or they take their brain tissue or their souls or their extra dimensional biology to facilities on Earth and in the upper dimensions. These facilities house body parts or biologies, and they store their biologies, especially brain tissue, in these storage systems. So they have racks and shelves and in boxes and storage systems that they put this biology in. Uh, so they stick brain tissue in these storage systems and then interface it to a computer system. They stick electrodes into the brain and sensors and devices and chips and technology and interface it and hook it up to a computer system. And this gives them telepathy. So the youth or the owners of this biology experience the interface to this computer system. So it gives them telepathy. They can communicate with each other, other users, other people that are hooked up to this computer system, and they can interact with each other in a digital landscape. So this technology is very visual. It's a visual and auditory communication technology. So they can see each other too, or see it, interact with each other in this digital landscape. They have avatars, and they have likenesses. They use their faces or their uh, 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 whatever. They use their likenesses, or they give me brain damage, so it's hard to think. They call it the word that they use is I don't know. They damage my brain tissue, so they've been doing that lately. They've been cutting my neurons and my memories off, and it not letting me communicate properly. They're trying to control what I say and think. It's part of their disgusting bullshit, Dr. Kevorkian shit they're going through. Uh, so I'm trying to think. Whenever a person's uh, house, it's not just house, their likeness or their whatever, it's likeness, their authority or their whatever. Yes, they're making it hard to think I have brain damage. I don't guess they want me to use the exact word they use. But this is what I've been dealing with lately. They have taken more and more biology and more biology and more biology. They don't stop. I still got body parts left and they want them. So they're going to take those too. Not only that, they have me hooked up to this hive mind technology, and they subject me to their uh, 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 they subject me to their they make me look at them. So they make me look at them do this to me on their aliens and their humanoids, especially their humans and their alien forms. They make me watch them uh, uh, mutilate me and take body parts, and then they stick foreign objects inside of me, torture devices and garbage. It started out little kitty bullshit, torture devices and shit to make me sick. They want to keep me sick and dysfunctional so I can't fight back and I can't defend myself. And yeah, they are serial killer type of people, Jeffrey Dahmer type, Dr. Kevorkian type personalities, who whatever murderer or serial killer likes to uh, get perverted and sexual with their victims and go, "Shh, it's okay, baby," very sexual, disgusting, horrendous language towards me, uh, and they get sexual too. They grope me and uh, torture me take body parts and subject me to bad body language, foul body language, and like kitty pettiness and jealousy, and like they roll their eyes at me. Like this one woman that's recording all this shit, recording my hive mind input or recording my mind space or my sensory perception input. It records that information from your brain as part of their hive mind technology. They're recording it and trying to get rich off of it or making money off of it because I'm highly intelligent. I write literature. I'm a Class A personality. I've worked for the government. Uh, I have a lot of knowledge and abilities, capabilities. I write literature, especially. So they got to watch me create and write literature and work on my sciences and philosophy and stuff. and they have seen great value in this, and they have recorded it, and they're trying to sell it to people as a commodity. I'm being assaulted right now. They're sticking shit in my brain. Stop sticking shit in my brain. I do not consent. I do not consent to this. Uh, uh, I do not consent to being treated like this. Please stop sticking shit in my brain. You're breaking the law. Please get away from me. You're breaking the law. So they have possession of my biology, my extra-dimensional biology. It's in multiple pieces. They have separated the layers and trying to turn me into a surrogate. So they acted like they were going to practice Scientology on me or let me practice Scientology. They're going to give me an alien form, lizard person. And then they started stealing body parts. So they see other people's body parts as commodities. They wanted to use it for themselves, and they were jealous. They didn't want me to have this ability to create and write literature like I do. They wanted it for themselves. So it started as a brain transplant. They literally cut, so our brain has, our soul has a brain. They cut that brain tissue out, our extra dimensional brain tissue. They cut that out and tried to use it as a transplant. They tried to stick it in their own heads, their own alien forms, their own souls, and gain my intelligence or my ability to write and create. They're doing it again, subjecting me to horrible behavior. He's like, oh, you're screwed. I'm about to hit you in the head. He does it constantly. Someone hits you in the fucking head, says, shut the fuck up. Does shit like this, and like in the past, says, get down on the ground. It's the cops, and then they berate me. They say, well, you did drugs, or they talking about drug-related behavior, and they say other crimes that I'm not guilty of. They say I hurt people, murdered people, molested people, and those are lies. If I would have done anything like that, I'll be in jail. The cops know everything I've done. I've been under surveillance for the last 14 years while this has been going on. The cops know everything I've done. They've been watching me. I know I called them multiple times. And I have done drugs. And this exacerbates drug use. And they're using that as an excuse to try to justify their criminal behavior against me. And they don't shut up. They don't stop talking. Stop sticking shit in my brain. You're breaking the law. Please bring my brain tissue back to me. I need it attached to my biology to function properly again. They covet body parts. And on top of this, for the past, since the 80s, since these facilities, Preservision and Yumas, has been created, they've been stealing people's biology. If you're a person with authority or a person of interest or anybody they like, or if they like you, especially people, especially ramped up about 15 years ago when social media started. It gave these Scientologists a platform to observe the public. And they picked out people they like, and they stalked them, invade their homes, steal body parts from them. It's mostly people they are attracted to, or people they don't like, or people they want to control. So they steal body parts, and especially brain tissue. Chop your horns off, take your brains out of your head, go stick them in their machine. And they have to give you life support so you can survive and stay alive, and patch you back up and give you procedures to keep you functioning. So they have millions of people, millions of souls. They have stole whole biologies and body parts and brain tissue at their facilities. And they take people for other, so Scientology, they kidnap people also for donor organs and for sexual purposes. So a lot of these men and these working for Preservision and Yumas and these other Scientologists, if they are attracted to you sexually, they come take your soul. They cut your body parts off, and they take it back to their laboratories or their little hangouts or whatever and have sex with it. And they even can put the user or the owner into that biology and have sex with you. They're sticking shit in my brain. Please stop. You're breaking the law. I do not consent. I do not consent for you to speak to me. I do not consent for you to show me things in my brain. I do not consent for you to have possession of my biology I do not consider for you to modify my biology. I do not consider for you to add technology to my biology in any way. And I do not consider for my biology to be interfaced to a computer system. I want all of my biology back on Earth right now or somewhere safe and stop messing with it. They're modifying my brain tissue. They're trying to try to use it for themselves. So they abuse their heavenly abilities. So one of our heavenly abilities is we can see. We have gigantic 12-dimensional eyes made out of multiple types of energy. And we can see down to the molecular level or the atomic level. We can see particles like the physics and the chemistry of the matter of our universe. And we're supposed to use these abilities to create life and elements and control elements and help organisms evolve, like control genetics and genetic traits and this type of nature, help life evolve. That's what it's supposed to be used for. So Scientology uses this technology. They can isolate or look at individual memories. When they cut your brain open, they can look at individual memories. And they use technology, and they use different types of technology to actually look at your memories and see what they say and experience those memories. And they covet mine so much because I'm a genius, I guess. I'm a very highly intelligent person, and I've achieved a lot of goals or accomplished a lot of goals, and in my life, it's given me skills and allowed me to accomplish even more goals because you gain abilities when this happens. And there's been goals to write literature and create things. I'm a tool maker by trade, so I'm a creative through my employment, anyways, and that's where a lot of it has come from too. And they can look at my memories and see how smart I am. And they covet it. It's like a book to them or something they can read and look at. It's my body parts, and I'm still in them. What's bad is, and then they're also trying to send me to hell. So I'm also in my soul or my extra dimensions, even though they've been removed to me. They torture them. They stick shit in me all the time. Worms, parasites, foreign objects, and torture devices, and garbage and bullshit. Here recently, they've been trying to put chains in me and drag chains through my orifices. And they cut holes open, stick shit in me, and sew it back up. It's been this way for 14 years. They kept me sick and dysfunctional, or tried to make me sick and dysfunctional. They tried to make me a danger to myself and others while they profited off of reading my mind, and now they want my body parts to go with it. These are other humans on Earth practicing Scientology. The biggest ones up there have only been up there for 30 or 40 years. And they are big. So they have hacked the system and created what they call a star people. Gigantic, they take a skin off or a layer off, and they hook it up to energy and do some kind of move it to a certain place in the universe or treat it with some kind of technique that makes these organisms or make this biology grow to the size of the universe. So these people are standing outside of the universe now on one of their biologies. And then they walk through the star fields and all the stars and matter that we created, and it sticks to them, gets inside of them. And they just walk right through it, cleaving everything in the universe. Scientology has given stupid people gigantic aliens or access to gigantic alien forms. Yes, and some of them even have Anunnaki-ish forms. They still have their Anunnaki parts, and they drive that around too. They think they're better than everybody else too. So these humans, they're still Scientologists. So they have my soul up there, my extra dimensions. Uh, they have some of them. One of them has most of it. It has my whole biology. So they have access to my brain. So we have extra brain pieces in the upper dimensions. Like it looks like brain tissue, whole complete brain tissue stuck to the outsides of our brain, and even on the bottom side. They're whole complete brain tissue, like lobes of brain or brain pieces or brain tissue. It's like stuck to us or interfaced to us. It's connected to us. And they cut their horns off, remove their skin and everything so they can access this. And I still have my frontal lobe left on one of my souls, on one of my biologies. And today they've been trying to remove that. So that's the like the only part I got left, the only brain piece I got left. So It's our horns come out of our brain tissue. It appears there's a hole right here in our brain or in our forehead, and that's where our helmet comes out. It actually comes out of our brain and creates a helmet on top of our head with two horns. I have family here.